Now, this is one of my favorites because it has an unusual ending. When I was a child, I was always told the tale of Baba Yaga, and this one's a little bit different. So this one is by Patricia Polacco. Title page here, oh, and it's a signed copy, which is really cool. Babushka Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga and a bunch of villagers. She was the last of her kind, a creature of legend, a being of the forest. She ruled the woods alone. She ate alone. She slept alone. Her loneliness made her bitter by the stories that were told of her. Stories of terrible, horrible Baba Yaga. And so she watched sadly from afar as the people of the nearby village celebrated the seasons of their lives together, kept holidays together, and rejoiced at weddings. Most of all, they pleasured in the birth of their young, how her arms ached just to hold a little one, if only for a moment. How she longed to have a young one of her own, but she was old now, and she knew it would never be. Many mornings, the babushkas bustled by the forest with their grandchildren. There they are. And there's some chickens down here, and a baby. Babushka is like another name for grandma, but in Russian-speaking countries. I wish I had a grandchild, she would say to herself. Then one day, as she came close to the dacha, which is a cottage, one of the babushkas she saw had her clothes drying on the clothesline. I shall borrow these, thought Baba Yaga. I will be a babushka instead of a Baba Yaga. Ooh, there's some little fairies. Up to mischief, I'm betting. I wonder what she's going to do with this stream. Maybe it's a pond. And all her forest friends. She looked at the reflection of herself in the stream. I shall have to scrub the forest off my skin, cut my nails, and comb my hair. But my ears. What shall I do about my ears? Then she remembered that the babushkas always wore a scarf. I think the little fairies also remembered that because it looks like they're bringing her the scarf. What do you think? Maybe. Look it's on her head. Oh, and there's a bear. I like bears. Oh, a happy little, is it a deer or a fox? What do you think? Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably a fox. Oh, and there's a church in the background. She carefully dressed herself. Yes, she said with glee, I look just like Babushka. And she bade the creatures of the forest a fond goodbye. I'm going to the village, she beamed. Look at how happy she is. I think her friends are going to miss her. As she entered the village, she was warmly greeted by the other babushkas sitting under the shade of the tree in the center of the square. Come, sister, sit with us, one of them said. Baba Yaga smiled and sighed. No one recognized her. They showed her a brand new baby and that had just been born that morning. This is my new grandchild, one proud babushka chirped. And this is my Masha. Isn't she dear? One after the other babushkas shared their babies with her. Just then, Natasha and her little son Victor passed by them. One of the babushkas whispered, Too bad that little one has no babushka to care for him while the mother is at work. As they went on admiring the babies, Baba Yaga walked right after them. She followed them down the road and into their little house. Right into it. Good thing it's a small village and they weren't worried. And nobody noticed that she was Baba Yaga. Old one, Natasha greeted her cheerfully. How is it that you're here? Perhaps you can help me, Baba Yaga said. I am new in the village and quite alone. I need a place to stay. I can cook and clean and take care of your son for you. I have no money to pay you, Natasha answered sadly. I need no money. All I need is a place to rest my head and perhaps a little food. Then you indeed shall stay. Stay with us, old one. I kiss your eyes and hold you in my heart, Baba Yaga said happily. And she stayed. Looks like Victor's already excited. Ooh, there's some yummy pears back there. Do you know what this is? This is a very, very old-fashioned washing machine. Yeah, you have to do it with your hands. The machine doesn't do all the work. Your hands do all the work. But the board, it helps. And of course, you keep your water in here. Oh, how happy she was. When Natasha went to work in the mornings, she and Victor cleaned the little house together. When all the tasks were done, Baba Yaga took Victor to the edge of the woods. This was her favorite part of the day. I think he's playing more than helping. But I think Baba Yaga is okay with that. What do you think she likes about going to the edge of the woods? Seeing her friends. That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe it's getting to see her friends, her old friends. Maybe it's also that she gets to share the woods with Victor. That seems very important to her. Oh, look, she does get to see her friends. It looks like Victor's very curious. But they're curious too. What is this child, they think? She pulled Victor into her lap, and as she cradled him there, she told him wondrous tales and legends of the great forest. She sang him songs that had never been heard before. Then they would just sit there together and daydream without words at all. As time passed, their love for each other grew and grew. Baba Yaga took as much pride in Victor's life as a real grandmother. With all the other grandmothers under the shade in the square village, the village square, Baba Yaga was happy and content with her new life. Then one day, as the babushkas gathered, they started telling stories to the children. One spoke of Ivan, the gray wolf, and the firebird. Another told the tale of Sister Olonshka and Brother Ivanchka. They all laughed. Then one of them rose from her seat. Her eyes narrowed, and her voice hissed as she unfolded the legend of the horrible, wicked Baba Yaga. She eats babies, the woman said as she stared wide-eyed in amazement. She flies through the air on an old stump and casts spells. She comes out of the forest and takes children in the dead of the night, another warned. She's ugly, a hag, evil and hateful. Yet another sang out, "And if you don't behave, she'll come and get you," said one to Victor as he hugged close to Baba Yaga. He didn't know that was Baba Yaga they were talking about. Everyone looked so scared of Baba Yaga. When I was little, I was really scared of her too. I thought she was in my hallway every night at bedtime. That night, when she put Victor to bed, he cried himself to sleep. Baba Yaga tried to calm him, but her own heart was heavy and sad. There was only one thing to do: go back to her home in the forest before Victor learned who she really was. She left a note for Victor and his mother saying, "I kiss your eyes and hold you in my heart, my beloved ones. I will never forget your kindness." Signed, your babushka. She left and never returned. Oh no. Looks like Victor went to the woods. For a long time, Victor went to the edge of the forest about every day. It helped him remember his babushka, whom he missed so. Probably made him feel a little bit better, remembering her stories while he sat there at the edge of the woods. What do you think? Yeah. Then one day, as he sat, he saw yellow, evil eyes peering at him from the deep blackness of the forest. Do you think those are Baba Yaga's friends? Look at them. They do look spooky. He saw that the eyes belonged to a pack of wolves. He screamed for help, but he was surrounded by them. The villagers came running, but the wolves snapped and snarled. Their villagers tried to get closer to Victor. "Oh, please," his mother cried. "Someone help my baby." Who's that? I don't know either. At that very moment, the trees parted, and out of the forest crashed a fearsome figure, snarling and gnashing its teeth at the wolves. "The Baba Yaga!" the crowd screamed. The creature eyed them menacingly as it sprang like a cat at the savage wolves. The wolves scattered and ran. Then the creature moved closer to the child, who was howling with fright. Then the gnarly hands reached for the boy. His mother screamed, "Ah!" A voice from the crowd said, "The Baba Yaga's going to eat him!" As the creature snatched the child from the ground, the villager gasped with horror. I don't think they'd ever seen such a scary sight before. Doesn't look so scary now, does it? With a loud smack, it kissed the child, then smiled through eyes brimming with tears. The weathered arms held the boy close and rocked him so gently. Although she didn't look the same, Victor knew the warm hug well. "Babushka!" cried Victor, and he hugged her back. There was a great celebration in the village that night for a very unusual babushka. There were flowers given, bread and salt offered, songs sung, and dances danced. One of the babushkas moved close to her and took Baba Yaga's hands and called out, "Those who judge one another on what they hear, see, and not what they know of them in their hearts are fools indeed. Hear, hear, the mayor sang out as everyone cheered. Look at that. Now they're new friends. Baba Yaga smiled and accepted, with grace, their tributes. For the rest of her days, she kissed many eyes and held scores of hearts in her good keeping. She was spoken of in the highest regard and well loved. From that time on, she was known as Babushka Baba Yaga. Not so scary. I love this ending of the story because it's so much happier. Hopefully you can check it out. There are a few other Babushka Baba Yaga books you'll have to see, and the artistry is just beautiful. And that's the end of our story time for today. See you soon. Bye.